You are currently living a life of quiet desperation, masked by the frantic consumption of content that promises you a shortcut to greatness. You watch videos on productivity, you read articles on how to become a millionaire, and you save posts about morning routines that you will never actually follow. You believe that you are working on yourself, but in reality, you are just procrastinating with style. You are stuck in a loop of gathering information without ever applying the wisdom. The truth is, the gap between who you are and who you want to be is not filled by more knowledge, it is filled by the persistent, unglamorous execution of the basics. You are not lacking in potential, you are suffering from a chronic lack of implementation. Most people believe that change requires a massive, life-altering event. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect equipment, or the perfect mental state to begin their journey. They are waiting for motivation to strike them like lightning. This is the first lie you must destroy. Motivation is not a requirement for action, it is a byproduct of action. If you wait until you feel like doing the work, you will only do the work on the days when your biological chemistry happens to align with your ambition. Professionals do not rely on feelings. They rely on protocols. They show up because they have a commitment to a system that operates independently of their mood. Your brain is a survival machine, not a productivity machine. It is designed by evolution to conserve energy, to avoid pain, and to seek immediate gratification. When you try to sit down to do deep work, your brain interprets that focus as a threat to its energy reserves. It pushes you toward your phone, toward the refrigerator, toward anything that offers a low-effort hit of dopamine. You are fighting against millions of years of evolutionary programming every time you try to accomplish something meaningful. This is why willpower alone is insufficient. You cannot win a war against your own biology by using brute force. You win by designing an environment where doing the right thing is the path of least resistance. If you want to run in the morning, your clothes must be laid out the night before, not just placed near the bed, but actually laid out so that you step into them the moment you wake up. If you want to write a book, your laptop must be open and the document must be waiting for you, so that the friction of starting is reduced to a single keystroke. You must architect your environment so that your willpower is reserved for only the most critical decisions, not wasted on fighting the urge to check social media. Most people try to optimize their lives by adding more things to their schedule. They add new habits, new apps, and new goals. The secret to high performance is actually subtraction. You need to ruthlessly eliminate the distractions that prevent you from engaging in deep work. You need to identify the 3 core activities that actually move the needle on your goals and ruthlessly cut everything else. You are busy, but are you productive? Being busy is a form of laziness, it is lazy thinking and indiscriminate action. You keep yourself busy to avoid doing the one task that you know will make a difference but scares you the most. Stop lying to yourself about your schedule. If you track your time for 1 week, you will discover that you are losing hours to mindless consumption and trivial tasks. That time is your life. You are literally burning your life away in 15-minute increments. Reclaim that time. Treat your time as a finite asset, because it is. You are not going to live forever. Every moment you spend procrastinating is a moment you are trading away for a comfort that will leave you empty. You need to embrace the concept of radical accountability. Most people fail because they have no consequences for their inaction. They set a goal, and if they miss it, they just tell themselves they will do better next time. This is why you need systems that enforce consequences. Use public commitment, use accountability partners, or use digital tools that block your access to the internet if you don't hit your output goals. Make the cost of inaction higher than the cost of doing the work. You need to shift your identity. You are not someone who is trying to change. You are someone who has already changed, and your current actions are merely evidence of that identity. Instead of saying, "I am trying to run," say, "I am a runner." Instead of "I am trying to write," say, "I am a writer." When you change your internal narrative, your behavior follows. Your brain seeks consistency with your identity. If you believe you are a disciplined person, you will find ways to justify that identity through your daily choices. This is not about self-improvement, it is about self-transformation. It is about stripping away the layers of excuse, victimhood, and rationalization that you have built up over the years to protect your ego. It is time to stop playing small. It is time to stop waiting for permission from the world to pursue what matters to you. The world does not care if you succeed or fail. It is indifferent to your struggle. You are the only one who cares enough to bridge that gap. Stop looking for hacks, stop looking for secrets, and stop looking for the magic pill. The magic is in the monotony. It is in the repetition of the difficult task every single day, regardless of how you feel. It is in the willingness to fail, to iterate, and to start again when things don't go as planned. You have everything you need to start right now. You don't need more resources, you don't need more money, and you don't need more advice. You need the courage to stop the cycle of self-betrayal. Every time you say you will do something and then don't do it, you erode the trust you have in yourself. After enough broken promises, you stop believing your own intentions. You become paralyzed by the knowledge that your word to yourself is worthless. The only way to rebuild that trust is to start small and win consistently. Do not aim for the moon if you have not learned how to stand firmly on the ground. Win the morning. Win the first task. Win the hour. By the end of the day, you will have built a foundation of self-respect that no one can take away from you. You are the architect of your own reality, but you have been drawing up plans for a prison instead of a palace. Tear those plans down. Start today by making a choice that aligns with the person you want to become, not the person you are currently settling for. If you are waiting for a sign, this is it. The resistance you feel is the measure of the growth you are about to experience. Do not shrink from it. Lean into it. The discomfort is the price of admission to a better life. Most people will stay where they are because it is safer to stay in a known misery than to venture into an unknown success. Do not be most people. Be the one who dares to be disciplined in a world of distraction. Be the one who dares to be consistent in a world of short-term fixes. You have a potential that you have barely scratched the surface of. Do not let that potential die with you. Do not let your life be a series of what-ifs. Take control of your systems, take control of your environment, and take control of your future. The habit fix is not just a framework, it is a mandate. It is a declaration that you are done with the nonsense. You are done with the excuses. You are done with the mediocrity. You are finally ready to do the work. The path is clear. It is simple, but it is not easy. It requires the sacrifice of your current self for the sake of your future self. That sacrifice is the ultimate act of self-love. Stop seeking comfort and start seeking progress. Stop seeking approval and start seeking results. Your life is not a dress rehearsal, it is happening right now. Every second is a piece of your masterpiece. Do not waste the paint. Do not waste the canvas. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and now, you have the responsibility. Get to work. Stop looking at the finish line and look at the next step. Focus on the immediate action. If you can control the next 15 minutes, you can control your entire life. Do not let the scale of the challenge paralyze you. Break it down until it is so small that you would be embarrassed not to do it. Then, do it with everything you have. Consistency is the compound interest of self-development. Small actions, when compounded over years, will lead to results that look like miracles to everyone else. But you will know the truth. You will know it was never a miracle. You will know it was the systematic application of effort, day after day, year after year. It was the decision to show up when you were tired, when you were frustrated, and when you were doubted by the world. That is your power. That is your reality. Own it. Everything you have been through was a training ground for this moment. Your failures were not losses, they were lessons in what not to do. Your struggles were not burdens, they were the weights that built your character. You are ready. You have always been ready. The only thing standing in your way is your refusal to commit. Commit today. Not for a week, not for a month, but for the rest of your life. Make the decision that you are a high-performance individual, and then act accordingly. The world needs the best version of you, not the version that you have been hiding behind the screen. It is time to come out. It is time to stand up. It is time to build. Let's get to work.